Today's video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online platform for creators that has over 25,000 classes that focus on design, business, and so much more. Premium memberships actually give you unlimited access so you can enjoy all the classes and communities that are just right for you. Whether you want to focus on your creativity or you just want to refresh yourself on some old skills, Skillshare is the thing that'll keep you learning and thriving. So let's say you're starting YouTube and you don't have any idea as to where to start on basic things like editing. There are classes specifically for Adobe Premiere, Adobe Audition, and Adobe Photoshop, which are three programs that I use all the time to make the Completionist. Basic courses may sound lame for some people, but they are so essential for editors who are just starting out. And one of the best parts about Skillshare is that it is super affordable. An annual subscription is less than $10 a month. So if you want to try it out today, head over to the link on screen right now or click the link in the description box down below. The first 500 people to use this link in the description will get 2 months free. Obviously, supporting Skillshare supports the show. So if you want to check it out today, head over to those links on screen right now. Thanks for watching and enjoy today's episode. The plot of the Kingdom Hearts series is a lot like a dream. There are a ton of familiar faces, I don't always understand what's going on, and if I want to understand what's going on, I usually go to the internet for guidance. But with Kingdom Hearts 3 having come out earlier this year, I decided that I didn't want to read a long plot synopsis on the internet. I'd rather play a game that summarizes everything in the Kingdom Hearts universe while also having the best combat in the entire series. A game that also happens to feature one of the dumbest decisions in all of Kingdom Hearts. That's why today I'm going to complete Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance.
Here comes a new challenger! Yes! Danger!
Greetings everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Completionist, where we don't just beat the games, we complete them. Today we're playing a game that literally takes place in a dream, so I figured that it would be useful if we all just dropped into one singular dream state in order to find the true answers about the game, and maybe even the universe. So sit back in your chair with your back straight, hold your arms out like so, close your eyes, and with me. Many people throughout the world love Kingdom Hearts. You can definitely see this with all the hype that led up to the release of Kingdom Hearts 3. However, I'd feel it'd be safe to say that most of these people have only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. This has left a lot of people confused regarding the story of the whole franchise. You see, there are a lot more Kingdom Hearts games than just the numbers. Birth by Sleep, Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, Recoded. All of these contain a lot of plot information that fill in the holes of the numbered games. Probably one of the most important of these non-numbered games is Dream Drop Distance. This is the last game before Kingdom Hearts 3 and is going to be instrumental in casual fans understanding just what in tarnation is going on here. Dream Drop Distance not only contains the normal game, but it also contains a detailed journal. While this keeps track of everything you do in the game, from unlocking trophies to how many treasure chests you've opened in each world, it also contains an encyclopedia about all the events that have led up to this moment in Kingdom Hearts lore. Heck, even Maleficent's Raven has its own article. Now, this is a fantastic way to learn about everything in the Kingdom Hearts universe. I personally found it genuinely helpful, and I'm thankful that the game itself knew how difficult it was to follow the plot of the whole series. But what about the main plot of the actual game? Well, Sora and Riku are both taking their Mark of Mastery tests in order to earn the title of Keyblade Master. This mirrors a lot of the early events from Birth by Sleep. They are tasked with traveling to worlds that are still in darkness, aka sleeping, and reawaken them by unlocking the worlds with their Keyblades. However, something goes awry and the two friends are separated from each other. It's up to them to reawaken the worlds and return back home safely with the help of different Disney and Square Enix characters. As many fans can tell you, this is an extremely stripped down version of the plot of Dream Drop Distance. I'm not even including the time travel elements, the retconning of previous events due to said time travel elements, and the mysterious young man who looks like young Xehanort and turns out to be young Xehanort, but no one in the game realizes it's young Xehanort. Alright, come on, how many people have evil eyes with crazy silver hair in this game? So why is the game called Dream Drop Distance? Well, they drop into sleeping worlds, battle creatures that represent dreams, and are a distance from each other. The fact that the title has 3Ds in it, and originally it came out for the Nintendo 3DS, is a total coincidence, apparently. Alright, that's sarcasm. They literally labeled it 3D on the original case. While the story is still confusing as all hell, there is an aspect to it that I absolutely love. Playing as both Sora and Riku, who was a major villain at one point of the story. While you control both Sora and Riku, you can only control one at a time. They both experience similar stories in slightly different timelines. This not only makes for fresh exploration for each character, but they represent each of their personalities. Sora often finds himself in more happy-go-lucky locations like a theme park, while the darker and former villain Riku finds himself inside Monstro. These kind of developer choices cause you to be much more engaged in the game and make you want to switch between the characters, which you are sometimes forced to do. In terms of basic controls, it's still your standard action RPG that Kingdom Hearts is known for. Run around and whack all the enemies with your Keyblade. Instead of a traditional menu from the numbered games, you have the drop-down menu from Birth by Sleep. Super quick and much more simple. I love it. But that similarity to Birth by Sleep had me kind of worried. While I really enjoyed playing Birth by Sleep, it took me about 133 hours to complete. That's a lot of time I could be spending doing more yoga and not stressing out about having to go through the campaign multiple times. But the scariest part of completing Dream Drop Distance has got to be collecting the Dream Eaters. To put it simply, they added chows to a Kingdom Hearts game. So, on top of all of the other RPG elements I already have to do, I'm gonna have to collect and train these bad boys. That's way less than hundreds of Pokemon, but that's not what I was looking for in a Kingdom Hearts game. Yet, even with the help of the encyclopedia, this game is raising so many more existential questions. I think one of the weirdest things to talk about here is that Sora is asleep and Riku is inside of Sora's head, which in the end ends up creating more questions than I thought.
Dude, I bet we're all just in the dreams of a baby. And this baby's just growing up and fleshing everything out until it reaches adulthood, and then it won't remember anything about being a baby, and we'll all just fade away.
Dream Drop Distance for the PS4 has the best combat of any of the Kingdom Hearts games I have played thus far. I already loved the quick menu style from Birth by Sleep, but Dream Drop Distance takes it to a whole new level. In the transition from the 3DS to the PS4, a lot of simple changes have been made that just made the game feel better. Because you have more room on a TV screen than the 3DS, the camera is pulled back and you can now see so much more of the battlefield. Now, you won't be blindsided by enemies who are only a few feet away from your left or right. Another minor change that had a huge effect on combat was the addition of a little more hit stun. In the 3DS version, you would hit an enemy and they would just hit you back immediately. This made melee combat feel impractical and made Riku's special moves harder to pull off. But now when you hit an enemy, they feel it. It's not even anything crazy, just a little bit of a reaction when you hit someone with a giant key. This small change takes the combat from the same as always to the best in the franchise. One of the biggest changes in combat is with space combat. In previous games, Sora and friends would travel through the cosmos in gummy ships, engaging in ship battles and constructing gummy ships of your own. Well, with this game, the gummy ships are gone, and now we're just straight up into skydiving into worlds. This is called the drop. Each character only has a certain amount of time in each of the levels. Then they are forced to drop out of it, bringing in the other character. During your dropping motion, you dodge enemies and obstacles while trying to collect droplets. These can later be used to increase your drop time, add character benefits, or just flat out to be exchanged for money. I'm not the biggest fan of this timed aspect, but you can really do this at any time, so it's not that big of a deal. I got used to it, and it never bothered me too much. You also get ranked at the end of each drop into a world, but it's unbelievably easy, so I didn't even worry about it that much. The other big change in gameplay is the addition of Flowmotion. Flowmotion serves as a way to quickly maneuver around the world by swinging on poles, wall jumping, and dodging enemies, all at high speeds with cool light effects. I think it's much better than dive rolling around everywhere in Kingdom Hearts 1, but Flowmotion can be extremely broken. There were so many times where clearly the designers set up platforms for you to maneuver around and to add a moment of challenge to the levels, but you can easily flow motion and wall jump your way around the entire section. At the same time, it makes exploring quick and fun. For example, you have to find every single treasure chest in the game to complete your log. It became much more fun to parkour my way through the Hunchback Cathedral than simply just walking and jumping. The flow motion is especially helpful when you have to go back to challenge portals throughout the game and battle each boss a second time. Fortunately, the combat is fun enough that this never frustrated me at all. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that the controls and combat are much more dynamic. It is always at a constant fast pace and becomes an absolute blast to keep up with, especially in the Symphony of Sorcery level. Whereas we've seen most of the levels before, like Traverse Town and the Grid from Tron, the one that's a major standout is Symphony of Sound, a world based entirely on Fantasia. Traveling through the musical worlds and battling Chernobog again is truly epic, and while being immensely creative, also makes you feel like you're Riku literally conquering the devil inside of yourself. And Fantasia isn't the only deep dive in the Disney universe. The deepest has got to be the battle with Julius, the only secret boss in the game. Wander into Traverse Town and you will see a large creature come out of the sewer that is a combination of Pete and Frankenstein. This is Julius. Julius is a character from a 1995 Mickey Mouse short called Runaway Brain. This is the kind of deep grabs that I want to see in these games. Way to go, devs! Plus, this battle is one of the hardest boss battles in Kingdom Hearts history, but with a lot of patience and a lot of balloon spells, you can beat Julius. And with his defeat, you'll get the Ultima Keyblade. I love these kinds of deep dives into the Disney mythos, but we need to go deeper and weirder. Give me a Black Cauldron level, a level based on Darby O'Gill and the Little People, the Watcher in the Woods.
Careful, Gerard. That last one was a scary movie starring Betty Davis. She won 2 Academy Awards and was Baby Jane. And whatever happened to Baby Jane? What happened to Baby? What baby? Baby.
Well, this can't lead to anything good. The one part of the game that I am completely against is the addition of the Dream Eaters. Now, they are bland, they are a pain in the butt, and replace things that I love. Dream Eaters are creatures found in the dream realm, and they are split into 2 categories. Nightmares are your enemies, and spirits are your allies. You earn Dream Eaters by finding the recipes in chests and craft them with ingredients dropped by nightmares. You can also collect ingredients via the rewards from portals. Depending on how you craft them, spirits will have different attacks and support abilities. You can also level them up by battling nightmares or playing certain mini-games. Most of the Dream Eater spirits you find are just animals that are colored like the inside of a laser tag arena and have been done better outside of these games. Weird cat-dog hybrid? Check and done better before. Frog that is also a knight? Check and done better before. Elephant with a beret that can skateboard? That one's actually pretty cool. But this isn't the worst thing about the Dream Eaters. The worst thing is how they took out things I loved from the previous games in order to put them in this game. They replaced the Colosseum battles, which were awesome and had some of the coolest moments in the earlier games. Remember battling Sephiroth? That was tight, and it would be even more awesome with the refined combat of Dream Drop Distance. Instead, we have Flick Rush tournaments, which are essentially a combination of the card mechanics from Chain of Memories and the Chow Garden battles from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. You draw cards and hope that you get cards good enough to beat your opponent because they are completely randomized. This just gets monotonous and boring. And if you lose, it's back to the very beginning. So the Kingdom Hearts series usually features a 3-member party, usually made of Sora, Goofy, and Donald. I have grown to love Goofy and Donald because of Kingdom Hearts. Yes, I liked them before, but Kingdom Hearts gave an extra layer to them. Donald isn't just an angry duck, he's a powerful wizard. Goofy isn't just an awkward dad with a crazy laugh. He's a knight who only uses his shield in his heart. I love them, and you replace them with something of no consequence. The Dream Eaters were originally introduced as the Street Pass mechanic, where you would send out some of the spirits you've collected into a portal to either aid your friends or make a fun challenge for them. But here's the thing, this is the PS4 version. PS4 does not have Street Pass, and therefore, there is no reason for the Dream Eaters to even exist. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're not gonna have Donald and Goofy in the game, then just don't have them. And don't replace them with weird animals, even ones that can kickflip and wear a beret. Kingdom Hearts usually does a great job giving rewards to completionists, and Dream Drop Distance is no different. These usually include a more difficult mode where you have to play through a second time on an unlocked difficulty, called Critical Mode this time around, and a cool secret ending cutscene. If you successfully complete everything in the game and then drop through all the golden letters in the credits, you will unlock a message. This spells Secret Message Unlocked and unlocks the secret ending. The cutscene opens on Donald and Goofy lamenting the fact they don't think they'll ever have to do anything again, but they are soon caught off guard by Riku bringing back an old friend to be the final Keyblade wielder, Kairi. Now this was a huge, cool reveal for fans of the series, but for anyone who picked this up as their first Kingdom Hearts game was probably wondering, who the fuck is this? But the long and short of it is, this wasn't that great of an unlockable cutscene. In Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, the cutscenes were epic. Insane battles, high definition graphics, they got the adrenaline pumping. This ending was just a cliffhanger for a game that wouldn't come out for 7 years. Now, I had a lot of fun playing the main game of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. In fact, I didn't even mind playing through the main story a second time. But with the whole addition of the Dream Eater mechanic, as well as all of the mini games, it just added up to more padding. But what you get in the end is a decent attempt at a Kingdom Hearts game. When I completed Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, there were 11 worlds dropped into, where I earned A ranks on every drop, 55 trophies unlocked for PS4, and 17 more unlocked within the game itself, 89 portals found in order to defeat every boss a second time, as well as collect the 53 Dream Eaters, who kind of replaced my two favorite characters. If there was ever a lesson about quality over quantity, this is it. 10 Flick Rush tournaments beaten mostly by RNG. Every chest open in the game twice. Level 99 reached twice with both characters. And finally, one deeper realization that we are all in a baby's dream. Many thanks for going on this dream journey with me. Overall, I had a lot of fun playing through the main story of Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, and the new combat mechanics are my favorite in the entire series. Plus, it was nice to get a refresher of all the Kingdom Hearts lore and a better understanding of what's going on in the games. Kind of. But the addition of the Dream Eaters took out a lot of the things I loved and didn't bring in enough to really justify their existence. If this was still the Heartless, Donald and Goofy, I'd be really appreciating this game in a whole different light. So, with all that in mind, guys, I give this game my completionist rating of finish it.
Finish it!
That's all the time we have for today, guys, so please, as always, let me know what you thought about today's episode somewhere on the internet. If you like the show, hit that subscribe button and click the bell. We do new videos every Wednesday and Saturday. Guys, I've been Gerard the Completionist. A big thank you to Skillshare, our sponsor today. We'll see you next week for another brand new episode. Bye.